Hey, it's good to see you. Yeah, of course we can hug. We haven't really talked since that night. How are you doing? Yeah, me too. Uh, it was nice being with my parents. I mean, maybe nice isn't the word. Um, it was kind of comforting. Ever since I moved out here, I don't get to see my mom's in person much. I wish it could have been for better reasons. They were watching the games on the live feed. It cut off right after the portal started to open. They started calling my phone, but the interference didn't let it through. They were losing their minds with worry. I was already supposed to fly out there after the games to catch up and celebrate and everything. After it all went down, I moved the flight up so I could go be with them. They didn't want me to come back here. I'm their only kid, you know? I'm their baby. If there's even a chance that portal could reopen, they want me as far from it as I can get. I love getting to go back to my old town and be with family and, sometimes even catch up with old classmates and shit, but Dahlia's home now. All of you guys are family to me. Even if something awful happened here, it's home. You guys feel like home. And I'm not gonna let this thing take my home away from me. It's already taken enough. Yeah. Me too. Gavin blames himself, doesn't he? Do you think he's ready to talk about it? I don't want to push him. I don't want to make him get back into something if he can't yet. But I need to tell him it wasn't his fault. He's not the reason why Xavier is gone. The shades that took him from us are. Whoever sent them is the reason He's dead, not Gavin. I don't I don't know if he's ready to hear that yet, but he needs to hear it. He saved so many lives by making that ward. Xavier was a really good friend. And he was a really good team captain, too. Seemed like he always knew the right play. He was never an all or nothing kind of guy. He knew you couldn't win every game. He was a realist. He was a smart guy. And Xavier knew what he was doing when he did that. I know he did. When he told you to get Gavin out of there. Against that many shades who none of our powers could hurt yet. One elemental wasn't going to turn the tide. But Gavin could. So Xavier needed to get him out of there. I get why he did it. And by helping Gavin, he helped save so many people. I want to honor that memory. I want to do right by him. And I miss my friend. And I'm gonna keep missing him. That's not going away. When I got back to my parents' place, I was a wreck. The whole flight, I'd felt almost numb. But then the front door opened and they came running out toward me and they were crying, and that's when it got me. That's when it really hit me. That I'm never gonna see him again. That his parents aren't gonna get to open their door and run out and hold their son. At first, I didn't really know how to feel about all of it. Losing Xavier hurt so bad, and I wanted a way to make it not hurt so much. And so many people had died. I tried to tell myself that it wasn't fair to hurt for him so much and not for all those other people. like, distributing that pain over 1,500 people instead of just one would make it hurt less or something. It was fucking stupid, but it's just how your brain works sometimes, you know? And the second day I was there, my mom asked something about him, and I said, well, I don't remember exactly how I said it, but I said something like, I missed him, but he wasn't any more important than any of those other people, that I should be sad for all of them. And she stopped me and she said, Xavier was more important to you. And admitting that doesn't mean you aren't sad for everyone else. Your friend's gone. He was taken from you. You're allowed to feel that hurt stronger. I didn't really know how bad I needed to hear that until she said it. Yeah, it was good to hear, but even hearing that, it doesn't feel okay yet. I mean, how could it? My friend's dead. The Academy sent out that information about the grief counseling. I'm gonna see when they have a slot open. Talking through it with family helped some, but it's bigger than just that. For me, anyway. There was so much. You are? When's your appointment? I hope it helps. We all need some help right about now. Can we hug again? It's good to be back with you guys. We gotta help take care of each other, right? And don't think that doesn't include you. I know you. I know you put all your stuff on the back burner for everybody else, but you gotta take care of you too. And let other people help. I'm really glad you're gonna talk to somebody. And I'm here for you too. We all are. We all went through something fucking awful. And we can grieve that together. All of us. No comparing, no minimizing, just getting through this together. Yeah. It'll feel like home again. Not the exact same as it was, but it'll become a new normal. And we'll all make that together. Hi. It's good to be home. I'm sorry I couldn't go with you today. How is he? Yeah. It can be hard to categorize feelings, even for us demons who are attuned to them. Feelings are complicated. They exist in degrees, and sometimes in contradiction to one another, even at the same time. I'm not sure if I'd been there. I could even tell you for sure what Huxley's feeling right now. Grief is an incredibly strong emotion. It's visceral, primal. It lives beside anger, misery, guilt, fear, regret, even acceptance. They weave through each other, sometimes so tightly they become indistinguishable. I imagine he's feeling a lot of those things all at once. I hope that guilt, at least, isn't one of them. But I guess I know better than to hope that. He wants to talk to me. If I'm honest, I wasn't sure he'd want to even see me anytime soon. That's kind of him to say. I know. I'm trying to find that compassion for myself that you all have given me so freely. But it's gonna take me some time, freelancer. We demons might feed on human emotion, but that doesn't spare us from our own. Those complications and contradictions, they exist in us too. And it's gonna take me some time to unwind them from one another. It's something we'll all have to do. But hopefully we can help each other to do that. My meeting it was interesting. Being back on Aria was a relief in some ways. It was its own kind of pain in others. Freedom from the strength of the emotions that are tearing through Dahlia right now was freeing. Being back in my astral form was a relief in a way I wasn't expecting. Maintaining human form on LG takes a degree of effort, a tiny one, comparatively. One that I wouldn't even notice under normal circumstances, but as drained as I was, it was very much felt. Stepping back into Aria felt like letting go of a breath I hadn't realized I'd been holding, which is usually the exact opposite of how going there makes me feel. And I'll admit, though it was a relief in that singular moment, it didn't take long for me to remember why I prefer your plane. The meeting was much bigger than I had assumed. The chorus asked me to appear before them. They'd heard about the inversion, and they knew I was the only demon there. They wanted my insights. Nervous is one way to put it. I was being called before an assembly of the most powerful demons in existence. Our entire ruling body. Ultimately, I didn't have many details to give them. I told them what I saw, what I did, what little we all know about it. I assumed they would have already known more than I did. I was under the impression that they worked at least fairly closely with the human government, especially on something this large. I was wrong. Apparently, coordination and communication between the chorus and the department has been almost non-existent lately. Their relationship has deteriorated rapidly. They didn't go into details. I imagine it's not something they're keen to discuss openly. But I imagine it has to do with the department trying to enforce human laws on demons. There's a valid argument to be made that even with our different moralities and values, if demons operate on the human plane, they should be expected to obey human rules. That's the department's stance. And in recent times, they've finally had enough demon staff to enforce that. Most of the chorus disagrees. They feel that the department has no right to pass judgment on demonkind. They've made no effort to hide their disdain for that. There are plenty of people in the department who think that these mass breakouts of demon prisoners could have been orchestrated by the chorus. I'd like to think my people wouldn't go that far, but I don't know. And I don't know that I can blame the department for their fears in that regard. We can still read each other's emotions, even though we can't feed on them. Most of the chorus was genuinely horrified to hear what had happened. They'd felt those losses, heard those voices in the spell song as they went silent. Our people don't always get along, yours and mine. In fact, I'd go so far as to say they usually don't. But there's a bond there that neither of our people can deny. And in those that I could read, they felt that pain. In the others, I'd like to think that they felt it too. I just couldn't tell. They're the eldest of the chorus, far too old for me to read. In a role like theirs, it's expected that they don't reveal their emotional states. They're a judiciary. You want objectivity there. But everyone there all felt the echoes of the pain of those people from that night through me. Those feelings are still there, and I let them feel them. And I have to believe that any of my kind who felt that would see beyond any grudge they might feel toward humanity and recognize that pain for what it is. Fellow lives suffering in ways that no one ever deserves. They thanked me for my help, and I left. And here I am. I'll call Huxley tonight. If he wants to talk to me, then I'll gladly hear it. I need to talk to all of them, honestly. I'm worried about all of our friends. And you. And me. One step at a time.